Welcome. This is Melinda Barlow, CZT, Certified Zen Tangle Teacher, and today's lesson is on a square tile, and it's called Leaflet by Helen Williams. And I've had a lot of fun with this. At first, it was like playing with my brain. I thought my medication must be, I'm doing something crazy with me. But after I got myself settled down, it's lots of fun to draw. It's lots of fun to shade. It can go absolutely anywhere. On a tile, on a bookmark, absolutely anywhere. So we're just going to do it on a white tile, a plain white tile today. And I'm using an 0.5 micron just because the lighting is a little better when I mean, you can see it just a little better. I'm just adjusting my lighting to see if that helps any. And so we're just going to start out. I could put a string in here, but I'm not going to. I'm going to take my pen, and I'm just going to draw lines. So I'm just drawing parallel lines, and I need odd numbers. So when I do it, I need to end with odd numbers so that so I drew 5. It just helps the pattern come out better. I imagine you don't have to, but you need at least 5. 3. You need at least 3. So now we've got our lines drawn, and I'm going to come up here to the top where I ended, and I'm just going to do an S curve that comes down my tile. So just a plain little S curve. Then I'm going to come up here again, and I'm going to start where I did before and draw another S curve. And they need to meet so that it forms this leaf shape. Now I'm going to skip over to this one and do the same thing and let them meet. And again. You can kind of see why I need to have an odd number. It just helps the pattern turn out. And I don't often say you've got to have a certain number. So now we're going to fill in these little leaf shapes. And I found it much easier for me if I started at the bottom and went up with a slight S curve. So I'm going to come in on that. I think I know which way my camera goes. And I'm just going to start here and come up and do a slight S curve and come off. And I like to draw right on the same line again. That one's kind of fat, so I'll put one in between. So that I have a little thickness in that center. Then we're going to come from the other side. And you can do identical, so you have identical spaces on both sides, but you don't have to. Now I'm just going to fill up these. I'm going to pick this row and this row. And now to this one. And I try to be careful to kind of go up that line. I've got a little few hangy offies there, I call them, that I'll see what I can do because we know there's no mistake in Zen Tangle. But I try to lift my pen as I come to the end and make that little S curve, and then it doesn't have a problem. Okay, now we're going to do the same with the odd spaces. So I'm just going to take my pen and I'm going to come up. And so it's better if you do every other row first and then come back and do the rows in between. Your brain won't kind of get crazy and make you draw a stroke going the wrong direction. And you notice I don't even turn my tile on this. I find it better if I don't turn it. And you just go off to infinity. And that little curve at the end really gives shape to this leaf. Now I've got the outside ones, so I have to think I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to come from the bottom of that curve, just like I'm doing one side of the tangle. Same over here. Draw that line down. Get my little S curve in there. And there we have it. There we have Leaflet. And it just changes when you shade it. But you can make, on this tile, I made one going, again, the opposite direction. Kind of hollyballed it under. This one I did some Muka, I don't know. It's a mixture of Muka and who knows what. But you could, even just come out with some fescue out from under here. My fescue. I love fescue in circles. And we're leaving quite a bit of white space. Oh, I didn't see if I was off the camera. Okay, we will shade now. We have a choice. We can shade with graphite or we can shade with a colored pencil. I think I am going to shade this one with a green colored pencil. So this time, let me come back. This one I did on the outside lines, just all the lines. This one I think I'll just do down the straight lines. We'll see what happens. If I like it. And I'm not putting a lot of color pencil on there. Oh, actually, probably am. Just need a clean shading stump. Sorry for my arms. If they're not clean, the best thing to do is just clean them off with an emery board. And so I reuse them and reuse them so that they're cleaned off. Now I'm going to take my odorless paint thinner. And I'm going to blend that color pencil. And you can see what that does to it. It kind of rolls it. Okay, I wouldn't be finished with this until I did a little bit more fescue. And then maybe some circles just coming in here. They're kind of my trademark. Little things I, like to just keep it so it kind of finishes it off. But there you go. You have Leaflet. Let me get all my tiles out here. By Helen Williams. And it is a great tangle. I hope you enjoy. And new videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And have a wonderful day.